Region 5 Development Commission is a local unit of government established in 1973 by state statute. We serve 5 counties in rural central Minnesota, and we focus on community and economic development and transportation initiatives. Together with our nonprofit lending arm in CEDA, we represent a federally designated economic development district. With over 38 years of experience in lending, we are poised to assist businesses and organizations in our region with funding for energy-related programs. You may remember us and our Mrcef Capital Stack burger, where we showed how we would help organizations successfully stack funding to complete their energy projects. Along with the replicability of the model to other EDDs across our region and in other parts of the nation, here are the things we said we would do. Develop a capital stack template with technical assistance, including loans, grants, tax credits, and direct pay. Establish a central Minnesota-based Green Bank Revolving Loan Fund, Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy, CPACE, program. Technology assessments and economic analysis. Design marketing and materials to promote the program for future projects. Project management and work with the City of Motley. Let's see how we did.
We originally applied for the Energizing Rural Communities Prize in response to what we witnessed in our region: barriers to clean energy project implementation due to lack of knowledge and lack of capital. And we recognized that addressing the capital stack barrier in particular was squarely within our wheelhouse, with the existing lending programs and our sub-granting programs designed to spur economic development in our region. Our capital stack template shifted to the Rural Catalyst Fund roadmap, walking entities in the region through project scoping to implementation, first by reducing energy consumption and then by installing renewables. Key funding instruments are spelled out by entity type and focused on a select few. Additional resources and project examples for inspiration are also linked, as well as an option for getting guidance from a real person. Regional businesses and local governments can apply for an energy assessment grant through the website as well. Regional governments will soon be able to apply for project sub-grants through the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant we were just awarded. We have applied for a grant to capitalize the Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy RLF program, prepared for rollout, and trained our loan board on PACE. Our pilot project with the City of Motley built on an existing partnership and developing an energy and environment plan, resulting in the community prioritizing reducing energy costs for the city. Thanks to the Energizing Rural Communities Prize money, we conducted electric and natural gas audits in Motley, along with bringing in an energy savings company to visit all the city buildings. All the audits honed in on opportunities with the largest energy consumer, the wastewater treatment plant.
Public Works Director here in the city of Mott, just a small town, 680 people. We ended up taking care of everything: pothole filling, the snow plowing, and mowing and maintaining the parks, and running water and wastewater plants, and reading meters, everything. There's only 2 of us, and so, the small towns were doing whatever it needs to be done. So we started out with an energy and environmental plan that was helpful, and then identified what things ideally we'd want to do. With the energy audits, that led us connecting with the engineering firms, and that led on to ideas on how we could save some money, looking at other things to do at the wastewater plant to save money. If we could get to the solar panel thing, that would be awesome to help offset the electrical costs. Without the grant assistance, we'll never be able to afford to take off on this stuff. I'm sure glad you chose us, and it's been an easy sell with the council just because it's been a win for us every angle. I have 100% faith in you. You're doing what's best for us and helping us out. I'm very thankful.
Hi, my name is Eric Linney. I'm a process engineer at Donahue & Associates. We're a company that focuses on purely water and wastewater treatment. When I got connected to the City of Motley through Region 5, we were tasked with helping them identify their highest energy user, the wastewater facility, to find ways that facility could become more energy efficient. We identified that they're treating a higher load than normal. They have an industry in town, which is great for local jobs, but it's very energy intensive. So that extra load from the industry causes a higher than normal energy per unit of waste treated. Rural America doesn't necessarily have all the tips and tricks. So that's where we come in. As engineering specialists in wastewater, we can identify those abnormalities. It's not your typical domestic wastewater, but now we can take that same expertise and apply it to a small facility where they didn't even know it was a reality.
I'm Supriya Goyal. I'm a chief scientist at Pacific Northwest National Lab. My area of expertise is specifically on buildings. I work a lot on development of codes and standards to move buildings towards net zero. So Region 5 requested support from DOE's Communities to Clean Energy program, which is the C2C, the Expert Match program, which allows regions to be connected with experts who can provide them technical guidance on anything that they need assistance with for better energy efficiency and improved performance. Region 5 was looking for guidance on how to define audit requirements. I'm the vice chair of an ASHRAE standard called Standard 211, which sets requirements for commercial building energy audits. And using that standard, I developed a template which would set the minimum requirements for energy audits. And then they could conduct an energy audit, report that information using the spreadsheet template that PNL helped develop for Region 5. So when you receive a report, you can actually evaluate it, even if you don't have the actual expertise of an audit, and kind of compare that against what you would expect from a good audit. And along with that spreadsheet template, we also did a review of the existing credentialing programs that could be used by Region 5. So they could then require auditors to meet certain credentialing requirements or have certain certifications so that we are getting qualified folks to conduct energy audits. That spreadsheet template could help any region.
My name is Dylan Millay with Minnesota Power. We provide electric service within all 5 counties supported by the Region 5 Development Commission. We're the first utility to be 50% renewable in Minnesota and are invested in a bright future as we continue to add renewable generation to our mix. Through our experience working with commercial, industrial, and agricultural customers, we've identified some barriers customers face when taking on conservation projects, including access to capital and funding, availability of contractors, and the adoption of new technologies. By collaborating with Region 5, we can help alleviate some of these barriers through our commercial energy audits, plan reviews, design assistance, and rebate estimates. Our efforts often result in rebates to the customers as well as energy savings on their utility bills. We look forward to continuing to partner with Region 5 in the future.
My name is Greg Ackerson. I'm the president and CEO of Apex Facility Solutions. We're one of the first public benefit corps in the state of Minnesota. So we're a smaller energy services company who believes very strongly in giving back into the communities in which we live and work. So we tithe our corporate profits into our foundation, and half those dollars go domestically to the communities in which we live and work. And we especially like working in outstate Minnesota because I think there's been a historical issue with the green economy and energy and equity and energy efficiency and renewables and sustainability being largely driven by metropolitan areas. And outstate Minnesota, smaller communities have historically kind of been left behind. And that's one of the reasons we're so excited about being part of the team on Motley. So I think this is a great, not only project for the community of Motley, but also a great template that we can use then to further impact other smaller communities. So we're involved with Motley in really the act as kind of the developer to help identify potential efficiency improvements and sustainability improvements and renewable energy improvements, and ultimately then bring the funding, financing, and the construction management in so that we get them completed. Too often things are identified, but then they get set on the shelf and never get implemented. Not only do we focus on identifying opportunities, but then further developing them and then making sure they're implemented. So one of the reasons we're so excited is that Motley could and should be a template for how we approach other projects within outstate Minnesota, greater Minnesota. I think it's critical for greater Minnesota to have a roadmap and to be able to stack up the capital resources that are available to them to help offset where the economies of scale aren't working in their favor. I think it's so beneficial for people to get guidance and then also to have that roadmap kind of lay out for them where some of the resources, financial resources, can come from. And so what Region 5 is doing, I think is so critical to help push forward energy efficiency, renewables, and sustainability within greater Minnesota.
We are proud to share that we accomplished our goals outlined in Phase 1, and if awarded with Phase 2 prize funding, we have set the stage for our next steps.